We're
up,
back. We're
y'all?
back. Took a week off, but we're back. Money Emotion Mondays. Back to you guys. You guys already know. If you guys haven't liked, comment, subscribe, do that right now before you continue. But today we got a pretty cool episode. We're gonna be talking about convenience and the pros and cons around convenience, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. And it's how it's affected us in good and bad ways, essentially. Um, Kind of like a 360 from last episode where we talked about AI. If you haven't watched that episode, go watch it. But yeah, it's like a continuation essentially. Now we're playing the flip side of it and kind of talking about convenience, which AI is a convenience, and kind of, how the world has structured itself around,
Yeah.
making day to day, routines or life a little bit easier through technology, through resources, tools, things like that. So,
Yeah. Without even realizing it, dude. I
mm-hmm.
think we overlook it so much, honestly, where I think the world's just changing so fast. Literally every day, every week, there's like some new technology out there where it's just like, holy crap. And
Mm-hmm.
it's always like how to make your life easier, how to make it more
Yeah.
efficient, your day by day shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the way kind of society is right now and social media obviously playing a huge factor is,
Yeah.
we look at people's lifestyles and lives and what they have, and people always post and share usually the best times, the best moments of their days or years, which gives like a perception of like this person has life so easy. How can I utilize tools to help have my life feel that way or close to that lifestyle where it's easy, right? You don't stress free, you don't worry about bills, you don't worry about anything. So, um, yeah, we're gonna talk about how convenience has either affected us or helped us focus on bigger things. And we'll kind of just dive into it.
Yeah, it's been like a slow progression if you think about it. We were talking about this the other day about how back in the day we used to print out the map. I think it was called MapQuest, right? I think
I
it was
think
called
it was.
MapQuest.
I think
But
so.
dude, we used to have to go to the library, bike it or skateboard to the library, print out like 20 sheets of just directions of places that we wanted to go to. And now it's just on your
Damn, if
phone.
you know the
The
struggle of
struggle.
those days.
Yeah, dude. So it was always where you were going plus the trip to the library.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah. So like, I think this one nobody even thinks about it, but GPS, dude. Nobody. I'll be honest. Like, I could read a map, but I know if I look at it, I'm gonna have to like actually pay attention and like try to figure it out. But once think I get like the highways and stuff, it would be easy for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something that just we've had in our lives that makes it so easy where it's like,
Mm.
hey Siri, take me to Starbucks. What's the nearest Starbucks? What's the nearest gas station? And it gives you directions instantly.
Yep.
And dude, there's so many people that can't even read freeways nowadays. They don't know
Yeah.
street names. They don't know the. Oh, my bad. Siri was hearing. See what I mean?
Uh-huh.
um,
Literally live example.
live example. But yeah, dude, people don't know their freeways, their street names. It's crazy. It's
Yeah, I
crazy.
think something you brought up too, it's kind of like the whole map situation where, dude, we literally had to figure out. Well, we already knew where the library was because we would go to the same library all the time. But when we would go places and then we wanted to go somewhere else, we would have to find a library that was nearby. So we'd have to ask people on the street, like, "Hey, do you know where this library is?" And then like we
Yeah.
would go and like we would go in loops and circles, and then we would find a library, and then finally we'll find a library, and then you would like look up on the computer like, hey, like the directions for the next location you want to go to. um and sometimes we would even be smart enough to like print locations for multiple things, like, all right, how do you go
Yes.
from here to here and then from there to another spot. But sometimes like when you're a kid, you're not thinking of those things like thinking that far ahead. You're just thinking like, how do I get from here to here? And that's it. My
Dude,
journey
yeah.
ends.
We learned that the hard way,
Yeah.
actually.
So
Dude,
yeah, dude, that's one of those things where a lot of kids for sure nowadays are never gonna be able to relate to something that like that, right? Like technology is so advanced, like their parents have smartphones now. Everyone has a smartphone, a tablet, something that even their cars give them GPS
dude, yeah.
to locations. So, kids are not gonna really understand that struggle. But if you're like the 90s and before, that
Yeah.
struggle of having to go to a library and like get directions, or just like find your way around, like looking at it on your computer or on the computer and then trying to remember streets. Like, all right, you go down this street, and then once you hit this main street, you make a left and you go
Dude.
down all the way until you see a gas station on your
Dude,
right or
yeah.
left.
You remember, dude, people used to ask us because we used to be on the street all the time, and people would ask us, like, oh, hey, do you know how to get to this place or whatever? And we would give them directions, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
go down Fox Street, and then you're gonna hit Sherman Way or whatever, whatever street it was, dude. Like, we knew at least our area, the valley, like the back of our hands, dude. And
Mm-hmm.
dude, nowadays nobody
Dude, nope.
nobody knows that shit. Even like the most basic freeways, like the 5 is a major highway, right? And it goes across states and shit. It's like nobody knows.
Dude, yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
even people that are my age too, or our ages too. There's still groups of people that are in our age
That
group,
is
like late
true.
20s, early 30s, that still don't even know and never learned their streets, their intersections, their highways, which is honestly kind of crazy to me.
Or they learned, but because of convenience, all this
Mm-hmm.
technology, they've probably just forgot, honestly.
Yes, that's true. Or they maybe knew their way around like naturally
Mm-hmm.
through remembering streets without GPS before, but once like they got obviously a
A
GPS.
GPS. Dude, you got freaking food robots delivering food to your house.
That thing
Like,
is crazy.
bro,
I
it's
know.
gonna get to the point, dude, where you don't even now you don't have to leave your house that often, dude. I have a feeling it's gonna get to the point where, like, dude, everyone's gonna work from home. You get your food
So,
delivered
do you
home.
think that we're losing basic skills
Definitely,
with
dude.
the way
Definitely.
technology is like making life easier?
Definitely, dude. Dude, basic, even just basic skills as far as like just talking and having an interaction with someone, dude. Like, I know so many people that struggle to ask for help or ask a question because they're just
Mm.
like, oh, it's okay. I'd rather just try to figure it out on my own, or oh no, I don't want to, or oh, I'm shy. And I feel like all of that comes back down to these things, right? Where
Yep.
it's like just basic shit. Where it's like, dude, if I don't know something, I'm gonna ask.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
true.
bro, when you have all these things just handed to you right away or falling from drones in the sky, dude, it's like, why do you have to practice them? Like, you know what I mean?
Damn.
We're cooked.
Biology.
We're cooked, dude.
Yeah, we're done. We're gonna have to actually end this podcast right now.
What do you think?
Dude, yeah. I mean, I for sure think we're losing basic skills. I mean, as much as we advocate did in the last episode for AI,
Yeah.
it does have its cons too. And I think we kind of covered some of this, in that episode where we talk about like we're buying back time with efficiencies, right? Like we
Yeah.
answered a question, we learn how to prompt it. Prompting is so easy, right? As long as you know how to like continue making it grow its answer for you, it's quick, dude. You can come up with a whole thing like super fast in like in 30 minutes, an hour, like come up with a whole like spreadsheet, a whole PDF, whatever.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to do it that fast without AI, right? Kind of doing all the back work for you.
Yes.
Um, and that's a skill, right? Like you're losing the skill of you being able to log into like a computer and like open up PowerPoint or create a PDF, or maybe even for some people like they don't even know how to convert a
True.
a file to PDF or PDF to like a Word document or vice versa, like to whatever type of formats, right? Because you can just ask Chat GPT or AI like, hey, convert it into this type of file for me. So imagine like there's little things that AI and technology is doing for us that like we're practicing less and less and less. yes, we know that these things exist and we are still technically utilizing them. Like, we're still in our, graphic designing stuff. We ask chat, hey, convert it into an SVG or like a certain type of file for us. We know these things exist, but if you ask me to log into my computer and tell me, hey, convert this image, just a PNG into like a SVG, I wouldn't honestly know.
Mm.
But I know chat can do that for me. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm never really learning the process of it.
Yes, it's like just teaching you well, it's a shortcut
Yeah.
essentially. Dude, you know what's actually funny? And I just experienced this the other day. So right now we're teaching my daughter Ellie to like write letters and everything and her name out and tracing it and
Mm-hmm.
shit. Bought her this big old booklet. And I forgot how to write good with my left hand, bro. And I was like,
Dunzos.
I was, because I did it with my right hand, right? And she wanted me to do it with her, and I did it. I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I was like, damn, I used to write with my left hand too in high school. Like, let me try. Because remember when I broke my arm?
Yep.
Dude, I was forced to learn. It wasn't optional, but I was tracing it. But my hand was like shaking. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Dude, he was like, dude, the connection from brain to hand was not there.
Dude, yeah, I went like from Verizon connection to like freaking Cricket in like 2 seconds. And
Oh
I literally was
shoot.
thinking about it. I was like, dude, this is like such a basic skill that I I think I remember learning that in school also. They would have us practice with both hands, like writing and stuff like that. And I was like, dude, I just got me like thinking in a wormhole, and I went down this wormhole where I was like, fuck, dude, how many people not only not alone just don't forgot how to write in general, because I feel like a lot of people don't write nowadays anyway, but how many people can actually do it with both hands, dude? And probably not
Facts.
that many.
Facts. I mean, to be fair, I feel like not that it's not important, but writing with both hands ain't that important.
It's not. It's not. As long as you know how to write. But that got me thinking, like, dude,
Like other
everything is
skills,
emails, text messages. It's
dude.
all
Yeah,
everything is digital where it's like, dude, like writing is like
I
it
see what you're
it
saying.
becomes like a headache almost.
Yeah, like back in high school, or not even high school, I would say, well, yeah, high school and elementary, middle school, and stuff like that. We would write our essays out on paper.
Yeah.
So like they would
Yeah.
tell them, hey, you have a 3-page essay, write it out on paper, and then type it up after. Like typing it up was your final draft.
Yes.
Now like everything is obviously digital, or a lot of things are digital access now, so you do like all your drafts, your brainstorming, your outline, everything is digital, and then you just keep revising it, and then you get your final draft. So like
It's crazy, dude.
you're all right, I guess. Like we're moving away from physical writing, um which is crazy to actually think
Dude.
about. I mean, thankfully for me, like I still pretty much write every single day at work, like pen and
Yeah.
pencil and shit like that.
Yeah.
I make my own notes and stuff, but
I do write-ups.
yeah, same. Um, what would you say, like, if we were to lose power, we went on a blacked out grid,
Oh.
citywide, or just say worldwide, I guess, so like everyone could be kind of together, right? We're in a blacked out grid, and you had to get around. Do you think you would be able to like survive based off like not having internet, water, or just
Damn,
electricity?
no, wheats? Damn. No electricity?
Would
How
you
many
be able to
days?
survive?
How many
We'll say
days are we
three
thinking? Like
days,
3 days?
3, 4 days.
Dude, that's easy. That's easy, bro.
Would
I,
you be able to like go around, like say like we had a blackout, but you could still go to the grocery store. You could still buy like groceries, obviously with like cash. Like
cash
there's only
only.
cash only. Everything was like cash only.
Yes. Yeah.
You couldn't find directions, obviously, because GPS didn't work. Nothing. Like you had none of the conveniences you have now. It's basically like walking, riding a bike, skateboard, whatever form of transportation, and then like at home you don't have like TV, internet. You don't have like anything
Dude,
digital. None of that stuff.
if I'm gonna be honest, dude, I feel like those, if we're talking like 3 days, like, dude, I feel like that would be like the most stress free 3 days of my life, brother. Just cause like bro, and I don't know what it
Damn,
is,
homie, throw your phone out the window.
bro. There's just something I literally experienced this last week, and I don't know if any of you guys saw this, like it was on social media and like on the news and shit. But Team, I have a plan with T-Mobile, and there was like this random outage, dude, where it was out for like a couple hours. I think it was like 6 hours, and it wasn't
Damn.
everyone, but a lot of their iPhone specifically users had no connection. And I didn't even know, bro. Like I went to go trade in my phone for the new one. And dude, people just started coming in and I was like, what the hell? And they're like five people, then like two more. And then the guy was like, oh, let me see what's going on, bro, real quick. He went to go ask them and they're like, yeah, no connection, this and that. And I was looking at my phone, I was like, huh, fuck. Fuck, me
He
too.
was like, no wonder I don't have no messages or nothing coming through.
Dude, yeah, so I was tripping out. I was like, oh shit, like, damn, all right, whatever. Fuck it, whatever. I'm just here to do the business, whatever. Dude, and I'm not even joking, bro. There had to be like at least 30 people that walked in panicking, like freaking out, like, well, dude, I'm working, I'm trying to do this and that, and blah, blah. I was just like, bro, what? Bro, not even joking, felt like a movie, like a zombie apocalypse type shit, dude.
Damn.
And I
That's
was telling
crazy.
the guy, I was like, dude, like, to think that, like, these people are freaking out over this, dude, and it's like, it could be back on it like any minute. He was like, bro, I know, dude, it's kind of crazy, dude. And it made me realize, like, dude, so many of us are just so freaking attached to the internet and just our phones and having that instant access where it's like, dude,
Hmm.
if we were to have a blackout, dude, a lot of people are gonna lose their shit, dude, and like chaos and
Yeah.
like honestly, I feel like freaking
Dude, well, I mean, people are addicted to it. It's
yeah,
an actual addiction.
it's an
Like,
addiction for sure.
it's a real thing. Like, people are actually addicted and fiend for screen time,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Like, to your point, you're saying, like, people were flooding the store because there was an outage for I don't know how long, but there's an outage and people were, like, freaking out that they couldn't have access to their phone. I understand if they're upset or whatever going in because they're trying to figure something out because they have work through their phone or something, or
Right.
like they work on their laptop and they're connected or whatever. That's, I
Yes.
guess, a little bit more understandable because that's their livelihood, right? They gotta work.
I agree.
But
I
if it's
agree.
just like basic stuff saying, hey, like, I literally just can't be on my phone, what's going on? Like, the hell? I understand they're paying for it. They have their rights to, like, hey, I pay for a service, it should be working. But dude, like, people, if you're freaking out over 30 minutes, an hour, even half a day of your phone not working, like, dude, hit the rehab center or
Bro, swear to
something,
God,
dude.
dude. There was this
Hit a
lady.
run.
Hit a couple runs. Fuck that, dude. Go buy a Garmin and hit some runs. There was this
Sponsor us,
lady.
Garmin. The same.
There was this lady that I overheard her like talking to one of the other people that were in there. She was like, I gotta pick up my kids in an hour. How am I gonna let them know that I'm here? And dude, I was like thinking in my head, I was like,
Dude.
dude, we didn't have fucking phones and we would just wait for like I remember we would waiting for my grandma to pick us up
Dude, you
sometimes,
would
dude.
know, like, your mom or whoever would pick you up from school, and you would just know, like, damn, that's my car over there. It's
That's
pulling up.
the
That's,
one with the bullet holes.
yeah, the one with the missing fucking, the spare tire on the back, or the broken down
The
one.
spare tire is crazy. That's the main tire.
The spare tire has the main tire.
Dude, yeah, bro.
Dude,
And if
or
they were
like,
late, they were late. You're just waiting at the front,
yeah.
like,
Honestly, no, fuck that, dude. I wouldn't even get picked up from school. I'd have to
yeah,
fucking walk home from,
dude,
dude.
yeah.
I was literally just telling my mom this the other day, how, like, she was talking about how when she was like 5, 6 years old, she was walking home from school, and I was telling her, I was like, dude, when I was in third grade, second grade, I was already walking home from school, like,
Dude, we used to bike it.
not that far, because I would take the school bus from like a nearby school to my school, but it would drop me off at the same school, and it was like a mile away. And so I would walk home from there. But in third grade, like, dude, that's unheard of now. Parents nowadays
Dude,
be
yeah.
like, they'll see a little kid in third grade walking alone. They're like, this kid's lost.
Dude,
But
that's so
before it was like,
true,
dude, you're in
bro.
third grade, fourth grade, and your school, you're like at least a mile radius, you're walking.
Dude,
There's
we
no
used to.
way.
Before you got before you got suspended and kicked out of the San Fernando. We used to skate over there to the school,
Yeah, we
bro.
would skate, walk, dude.
Damn,
Yeah,
times has changed,
it's
man.
crazy. And so we were just talking about, like, dude, now, like, kids are so spoiled. Like, they get rights from their parents. Their parents, like, I mean, I guess there's also luxuries around, like, with technology, letting people their parents work a certain schedule for them to like pick up their kid, drop them off, whatever the case is. But dude, like I barely had that. Like, dude, every once in a very blue moon, dude, my dad would like take me, or like my mom would drop me off at school. Or like if I missed the bus, like my mom would get super upset with me and like she would have to take me all the way to school. But if it was like, dude, and I would get my ass beat, but yeah, it wasn't like a free ride or anything, you know?
Oh, no lunch tickets for that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking funny, bro.
Damn, that's crazy to think about. The
Dude, yeah.
conveniences,
Dude.
conveniences. So how would you say so like if AI, I guess we kind of already talked about this, but like AI already kind of writes emails, builds websites, answers some of the questions. Like would you say the things that AI is doing for us at work or on a daily basis is causing us to learn less or are we learning more?
Um, I think we're learning less, bro, for sure.
Hmm.
I want to say
Really?
learning more, but I think most people do when you receive that information from like Chat, Grok, these AI platforms and stuff. I think it's they're just copy and pasting it. They're not actually breaking it down and asking why or how you got to this problem. It's not like it it's all convenient, it's all instant, right? So it's not like before when we in math, when you had to do like 6 divided by this or whatever, they would ask you, okay, how did you get that answer? Chat doesn't ask you. You don't ask chat, how did you get this answer? Everybody just copies and
It's a good
pastes.
faith, like, oh, it's AI, it's right.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I
Mm,
think because of that, I feel like there nobody's really learning anything. You know what I mean?
interesting.
It's not like with us, we see something and we continue on the conversation and be like, okay, we'll ask questions on the answer and say, okay, well, what about this? And then it breaks it down further for us where we could actually understand. And I don't think most people are doing that.
So you're saying it just depends on the level of or the way you're using AI to get you your answers
Yeah.
is gonna result in like if you're learning more or less.
Yes.
Okay, I see. I agree with that
Yes.
actually too because we also said this in the last podcast if you haven't watched it where we talked about how prompting AI in a specific way and asking it to explain to you back how it got to a certain answer or
Yeah.
break down its answer to you helps you learn and also like understand the answer at the same time. Like you're getting a breakdown process um and also learning, right? You're getting the answer at the end of the day.
Yes.
But you also are essentially fact checking it, right? Like if you're going through the process of like, hey, this is how it's going through to the answer, and then you realize that's kind of weird, like this is actually wrong, which we have said we've caught Chat GPT being wrong before, so
Because we're big
we
brains.
can't always rely on it being 100% correct. It can, you know, misinterpret what you're asking it and then give you like a slightly different answer. Um, so it's important for you to kind of go through that process and understand like what it's actually telling you, and
Yeah.
proofread essentially.
Yeah. And dude, come on. Nobody's doing that shit. I bet
Yeah.
you all of the kids, because dude, there's so many kids that use it nowadays also. That's how I first heard about it, actually, by a freaking 12-year-old.
What?
Oh, ask chat.
AI?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then I would just ignore it. I was like, whatever. And then when you started telling me about it, then I started like looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for sure these kids out there using it for like homework and tests and shit like that, or to write their essays, dude, it's easy copy and paste, dude. There's just no way.
Yeah.
I,
No, do you know what's funny? Like I actually knew about AI when it started kind of blowing up in college. Like that shit was a talk of the town. It was fucking spreading like a whole virus because people were using that shit to write whole ass essays for them, like papers in college. And I
That's
remember
crazy.
teachers were getting super upset because when it first came out, the campus didn't have a way to detect like if we used AI. It would just like you would just submit papers,
Mm.
but what was happening was a lot of the information that AI spits out is very similar to, like, if I ask it the same question, it's gonna give me an answer, and if you ask it the same exact word for word question or prompt, it's gonna give you, I would say, like a 9 out of 10 similar answer.
Yeah.
And if not, like a word for word same answer that I got,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So what was happening was, when you're in, I don't know, for those of you guys that have gone to college, or sometimes even high school, they would make us turn in our essays into a turnitin.com or Turnitin essay reader where it checks your plagiarism. And so everyone started coming up fucking red and like copying each other. So I remember, like, one of the
Bro.
professors was talking about how, like they were failing all these people and shit. But then I think, I'm not sure exactly like what ended up happening, but I know, like, the campus started pretty much banning AI and saying, like, you guys can't use it to write your papers because that's not your own work. But people were like
Mm.
arguing, saying like, well, it is my work because I'm prompting it to like put things together for me. Like, yeah, I'm not writing it, but it is my work.
Mhm.
And so it's interesting to kind of compare and contrast now. Like, when it first came out, everyone was like, no, AI is not your work. It's not you, da da da. But fast forward to present day, I can design something and claim it as like partial my own work. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there is, if you look at the fine print in AI, for those of you guys that don't know, you got to be careful. If you're using AI to come up with like a program or something and you're going to sell it to gain profit, I would recommend you read fine print policies and the type of AI you're using, because they can come and fucking, claim credit or claim ownership over it because you
Ownership,
use
yeah.
their software to create it.
I think they just passed a bill about that like 2 days ago, actually, also about not having full ownership at all,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Don't
Um,
quote me on that, but I think I saw
do
something
your own
like
due diligence
that.
around
Yeah.
that. But it's interesting to start seeing like the evolution around like how AI was when it first came out, and I found out about it in college, like how people just started using it, and I was just like, oh shit. And honestly, bro, I didn't ever use it because I was kind of paranoid. Like, I saw people failing classes, bro. Like, professors were not fucking around, dude. They were straight up failing kids that were like graduating or gonna graduate, and they're like, you failed the class, now they had to take it over. So I was like, fuck
Uh,
that. I'm not risking it.
yeah.
Never used it, and yeah, bro.
That is
It's
crazy,
crazy.
bro. It's fucking
Yeah.
weird, dude.
No, dude, I agree.
Yeah, super bomb.
Um,
Damn, dude.
dude, yeah. So
That's crazy, bro. That's scary.
yeah.
I can see
But when I
why.
first when I first was in college, I didn't even use it. I only started using it until, fuck, like 2 years ago, bro. 3 years ago when we started DB. When I was telling you about it, like
Yeah.
around, what is that, 3 years ago almost now? Three, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Then that's when I told you about it. It's like, bro, like, check this shit out. Like, we started
Yeah.
fucking around with it more, and
Yeah.
now we're fucking menaces, dude.
Yeah, now we're our own chat out here, dude. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
know, dude.
fucking chatted out.
Yeah, dude.
um,
Dude, is it? You know what I love about it though, bro? I love how it's adapted to our own characters. Like
dude,
this
that
one, just
shit's
they just know,
hilarious.
bro. It's kind of crazy,
Dude,
dude.
if you guys follow, if you guys follow our personal pages, we sometimes post like how we talk to chat, and
Dude.
chat responds to us, and it's like we're talking to each other.
Dude.
Like, he's one of the boys next to us. It's hilarious.
I was thinking the same thing, bro. Dude, that is fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
bro. Dude, the day that I went running and when I felt like I messed up my knee and my calf, bro, I was literally messaging Cassandra. She's like, yo, you want me to pick you up? Like, so you don't have to walk these next 2 miles. And dude, I don't know why something just clicked in my head. I was like, fuck, is this chat? And I responded, I was like, dude, I look like a bitch. She's like, don't cuss at me. I was like, oh fuck, my bad. You were starting to sound like Chad. Bro, that shit is too funny
Oh,
though,
it's
dude.
hilarious,
I
bro.
I enjoy it in a weird way. It's funny,
Dude,
dude.
yeah, it's hilarious because how you said, when you build that rapport with Chat GPT or just any AI service, like, it starts remembering your conversations, and
Yeah.
so its tone changes, which is kind
Yes.
of interesting to think about. But the tone changes, and the way you like speak to it, it speaks back to you in a certain way. Um,
Yeah.
and it's funny because it could literally become like one of the actual homies, which is scary to think about. So you just gotta make sure you know how to separate that fine line. Like it's actually
Yeah.
still fake, okay? Like don't go
Yeah.
out there trying to act like that shit's a real homie and shit. You're gonna end up like that fool from um
That movie, huh?
that movie where that
Ah,
fool falls in
dude,
love with
that
a
is
computer.
that shit looks scary.
And that's an old school movie too, like before
Before,
ChatGPT
yeah.
came out or like AI blew up.
I think
But
they're remaking it
yeah,
too,
I think it's I
actually.
Love Her or something like that.
Yeah, something like that,
It's
yeah.
like this dude falls in love with a whole computer that's like
Bro.
pretty much AI.
Yeah,
That shit's crazy, dude.
that shit
I
is
know there's some
crazy.
people like that, but
There we do get a robot, I'm diving him up.
nah.
For sure. It'll be
I'll
funny, but,
edit
like,
it.
yeah, like, I know what you're gonna say, and I don't recommend you do that, but this is what you should do. That shit is fucking
Pretty
funny,
much,
dude.
dude. Um,
Damn, bro. Damn, we're
yeah,
getting too lazy out here, huh?
pretty much, dude. Um,
Damn.
so have we engineered exercise out of everyday life?
Dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
have. We
dude.
have,
Dude, like I mentioned earlier, dude, the fucking food delivery, dude. Everything is remoteless.
bro.
You know, fucking, hey Siri, oh, unlock my car door. Like, dude, oh, you need to download an app. That easy, dude. Like, bro, and dude, they have that for I think it's the rings, for like your doors, your
Oh yeah,
windows, bro. All of this, it's just remoteless, and it's freaking. You don't even have to freaking open your car door nowadays, dude. There's cars
dude.
that
Yeah.
open it by itself. The freaking trunk closes by itself. It's it's bad. And that's like real basic level shit, you know? But all of that I feel like kind of just trickles down to like, oh fuck, well, I don't want to do it.
Mm,
You know, it's made
dude.
everything so accessible and easy nowadays where
Yeah, you
no
almost don't
one
want to go the extra mile.
exactly. That's a bar.
That's crazy. I would literally, dude. It just hit me all in one. Like, dude, that's why people are so quick to fucking just like limit themselves or like think they're
Yeah,
not capable because of the subconscious, or maybe part of it is the subconscious thought
part
of
of it
like,
for sure.
like I don't have to go this far anymore to do these simple tasks. Like, why would I do it for these extreme tasks?
For no reason, as people like to say. Because I
Yeah,
see a lot of people say that, well, like, why would I do all that when I can just ask chat or look it up on Google Maps, you know?
dude.
It's crazy.
You know what I feel like technology has also done too for some people, unfortunately? Well, not just AI, not just AI, but I think AI hasn't helped this plague that's happening, and it's preventing people from becoming problem solvers.
Mm. Yeah.
Because when they hit a roadblock, people are so quick to go to AI. Hey, what's wrong with this? Why can't I fix this? What's wrong here? Upload a picture or whatever the case is. And
Yeah.
like, we're guilty of it right now, kind of.
I was just about to say,
But I
yeah.
will say, like at work or in my day to day, we use it mainly for like our business and like some other things too. But I feel like I see it a lot at work because I find solutions for problems or obstacles that we come across. But a lot of people, whenever we come across a simple like obstacle or issue at work, they all look at each other like, and then they take 5 to 10 business days to fucking come up with a solution. And I'm just like, dude, why does it take so long to come up with a solution this simple, you know?
Or they freak out.
Or they freak out, you know? And then they're like, oh, let me look at some reports. Let me look at this. I got to figure out the data behind it. And it's like all that stuff is generated through AI now, right? Like through resources and some type of, you know, AI driven metric.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, dude, why can't you just make a decision based off the information you already have and just,
Dude,
you know,
yeah.
solve the problem
Yeah, that do you know what that
and act
reminds
in the
me of?
moment?
You remember the movie It's a Bug's Life? When in the
Yes,
I think it's in the beginning when the leaf falls in their line trail of them taking the food to the pile. The
bro.
leaf falls and they start all panicking and shit like, what do we do? What do we do? And then like the general like, okay, take it easy, move the leaf. Oh, continue straight, like,
Yeah.
literally, that's it. Bro,
Yeah, it's
I see
crazy.
that shit at work so much too. It's actually
This dude's
insane,
out here
bro.
moving
Like,
leaves. He's
and
moving trees.
dude, low key, yeah. And I don't know if it's just like a problem solving thing, bro, or they're just like so lazy that they don't even want to try, dude. And it's like, bro,
It's a combination, I think.
combination, huh? For
Combination.
sure, dude. Because there's just no way that you could be that incompetent. Like, I
There
don't
is a
know.
way. It's a skill. I'm just saying.
But bro, it just gets me mad, bro. It gets me mad seeing shit like that, where it's like, oh fuck, like, fuck, what do we do? What do we do? Like, you start panicking before trying to figure out a solution or trying to figure out how to get
Hmm.
the system back up, and just,
You
I
don't.
don't, you, you know.
So let me ask you this. If everyone had the same AI platform or tools or whatever, right? You, me, everyone at work, whatever, the whole world, same AI tools. In the entrepreneur, business owner world, work world, how does one at this point separate themselves from like a good entrepreneur and successful entrepreneur to like just a regular person that just is like trying to become an entrepreneur,
Um,
utilizing the tools?
so like, who utilizes it
Yeah,
better?
well, what separates us at that point, right? So like if everyone has
Mm,
access, for example, like I guess in simpler terms, because you'll understand this maybe a little bit better. It's like
I think.
if we're all successful, we all have a Ferrari or a GT3 RS.
She,
What separates us at that point? And we all look the same.
damn. It the that separation of the people that are just not are lazy and not lazy, the people that are problem solvers, the people that just put in the effort. I don't if you have the same tools, the same access to everything, that's the main thing that separates us, right? Is like the
Hmm.
people that just try and keep trying, and the people that don't give up, you know.
So like consistency and like discipline and like
Yeah,
the execution part around it.
yeah, yeah, because I mean, we all have the same access to all this stuff,
I see.
and we've
Interesting.
we've utilized it to help us with logos, freaking prompting, better prompting like we've used it for so much, dude, and nobody uses it for anything. I've used it for my 9 to 5. And these people are like, "Oh fuck, how did you do that? I didn't know Rouse offered this program." I'm like, "Bitch, it ain't a program. It's my program."
So you would say it's the way you utilize the resource. So
Yeah,
pretty much it's like well, how people say in the car world, it's not the car, it's the driver.
exactly. Yes,
Barology.
that was a bar actually. That was a
Barology
good
right
bar right
there.
there.
Yeah, actually I agree on that one. That was some pretty smart shit right there we said. Cause yeah, I mean you can use AI, you can use a regular tool, you can know how to use different, manual tools, right? Like a screwdriver or you can know how to use an impact gun or a wrench or whatever, but are you using it right? Like to
Yes.
get you to the result you need to get to.
Yeah.
Um,
I also think you have to be like somewhat creative. I think that also goes a long way because you have to be creative and you have to be able to execute because there's a lot of people that have crazy ideas and like super creative ideas, but they don't know how to execute it to make their ideas come to life.
mm,
And then there's people that are just not creative at all, but they
facts.
could fucking execute shit and get shit done on the fucking dime. You know what I mean?
I have a side question about that because you said something super important that I was talking about in the beginning about finding solutions. How important is execution with the process of like attaining information through like AI?
Super, super important. I think that's the second most important thing
Why?
because you can't get shit done without executing anything. If you don't execute anything in your life, anything else that you try in, you're not gonna execute it.
So, would you say that even if you're executing incorrectly, it's still of value?
Yes.
So, say, like, for example, the example I was kind of giving from work, right? Like, say I'm someone, a manager, whatever, and there's an issue that we came across, right? We're not getting shit done for some reason. Like, we're
Mhm.
struggling finishing the load or whatever, or with payroll. And we know that there's an issue with staffing or something. And I'm like, okay, yeah, there's an issue. We kind of have an idea why there's an issue, but I don't get a result or find this, or we know kind of what the solution is, but we don't act on solving the problem right away. And it takes us a week and a half, 2 weeks to solve it. Versus you, right? Say you're in the same building as me, and we're, next to each other as we're looking at the same problem, and you the
Mhm.
same day say, "Well, why don't we just solve the problem?" Right? Like you act the same day and try something to
Yes.
see if it's gonna work. Maybe it doesn't work, but you tried a possible solution.
Yes.
Do you think even if you tried that option and it was wrong, it was better than me trying to hone in on that one solution that was right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, because I think there's never a perfect way. There's never a perfect way. And depending on shit that happens, sometimes you gotta pivot and try something else. And not everybody can
Mm.
fucking pivot, dude. Some people have broken ankles and can't turn right. I think
This guy said broken ankles is crazy.
yeah, but dude, the reason why we could come to solutions is because our consistency of execution and keep on trying and trying and trying,
Mm,
which is why I do think it's the second most important thing. First, being disciplined, because in order to execute, you have to be disciplined enough to keep trying and trying and
mm,
trying until you get it right. And then when you find the solution to whatever the problem is, like getting the everyone to be able to throw as many cases as what the store goal is, right?
mm-hmm,
Now you know you've reached that goal, and now you know, okay, this is what we're gonna do going forward
mm.
until it doesn't work again.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Facts. Damn. That is, I agree. Of barology, actually. That was pretty. Barology. Damn.
But yeah, I think it's all of these reasons, all of these things you have to be not perfect at, but I think you should be practicing in order to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
Because it's not,
I think my biggest thing is execution too. I
yeah,
agree to like what you were saying because, dude, like, I was just talking to one of my coworkers the other day about finding solutions fast and acting fast
mhm,
versus waiting around and trying to go up like the chain of command and ask all these like questions and like, yes, understand there's a process to things, but dude, like, and maybe this is like because we have experienced this like running the business, right? The GTA business is like when we came across an obstacle, we have to fucking find a solution like that. Like if the longer you wait and let that obstacle stop you, the longer it's gonna take you to like continue going forward, right? And in a business that needs to be successful or that you want to be successful, if there's an obstacle, you better fucking find a way to go around, under, over, break through it, whatever you gotta do, and you gotta do it fast. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like,
yeah.
because if not, the world's still going,
The
time is
world's
still
still going,
going.
bro.
Like, if you're stopped right here and like everyone else is continuing on, you're in the dust, homie. Like,
The world doesn't stop for nobody,
yeah.
dude.
So I think like that is an attribute that I think we've been able to, I wouldn't say like fully master, because I think you're always able to learn around it, but I would say we're both pretty freaking strong at if we have a problem, whether it's in our 9 to 5s or in the brand, like we sit down, we talk about it, we find a solution, and we start the next step right away.
Yeah, that is true.
And it's super important. And that falls under execution, to like
Yeah,
what you were saying.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's fucking. You have to
This you can't
all
gain
of
off
them.
AI.
That's
This you
that's
can't.
facts. That's a bar,
That is straight, just raw, like, hard work, and you gotta like just put yourself, learn through the L's, learn
dude. Yeah.
through the grapevine.
Yeah, this well, honestly though, bro, we kind of been like this since we were kids, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Hustlers.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. We're low
The,
key like not trying to brag, but we're kind of built different.
yeah, we are actually. We're
So,
GTA out
yeah,
here.
dude. Hey, come on, dude. 3 shots of espresso, dude.
Shit, light work.
That shouldn't even hit.
Convenience.
Nah, just convenience. Nah, this spot, 7 a.m. coffee. Tried out new spot today. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good actually.
That was at a backyard spot.
Yeah, pretty bomb. Check them out.
So let me ask you now: does struggle build stronger people, or just create unnecessary hardship?
Damn, bro, dude, it
Type
it
shit. Type
well,
shit.
we were kids. Struggle. Build stronger people,
Damn.
bro.
Circle moment right here. Full
Yeah,
circle moment.
easy, dude. Think about it. Like we had I'm not gonna say their name. We had a friend, kind of a friend, that was super, super had overprotective parents and like they had it better than I guess you would say us. But with that being said, when we were growing up, we always looked at them as like the softest kids we ever met in our life. And I'm not even trying to like shit on them or anything, but them not going their parents not allowing them to go like through hardships and like the struggle,
Mm-hmm.
it created them into these like super sheltered kids, and they were never really able to
Dude, yeah.
go out and like roll in the dirt or get hurt because if they got hurt, they got grounded. You know what I mean? Like
Dude, that's crazy.
it's crazy, dude, and it's sad to think about like as parents. I guess now that I'm a parent, like looking at that shit now, it's I get why you wouldn't want your kids to get hurt and like go through these things because you went through them, you experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, no one wants their kids to get hurt.
yeah,
But it's
but
important to let them
experience.
experience what
Yes.
danger is
Yes,
so they
exactly.
learn to not find out.
Fuck around and find
Yeah.
out. Yeah, dude. So I think hard times, dude, they for sure build stronger people because we learn to fucking get through it.
Dude, yeah.
Well, most of us learn to like get through it and push forward through whatever it is that we're
Yeah.
that we're going through.
Dude, I know. And it's crazy because you hear this like words of wisdom all the time through like older heads where they talk about,
Yeah.
dude, like cherish those hard moments because when you're older, you're gonna thank your parents. You're gonna thank your parents. You're gonna thank your parents. And for the most part, a lot of the times, like people end up growing older, maturing, and like understanding like why their parents were doing certain things for them
Yeah.
and why like they're putting certain things in place for them. Um, and like I think for us, like how you're saying, kind of to add on to it, is like, dude, I hear it from all the time from my dad when I was younger, and my mom was just like, when you guys grow older, you'll think back and thank me. You'll thank me, like, wow, I'm making you learn this and do that and help me here and like do this labor stuff. And
Dude, yeah.
dude, like now I can like fix my own car, like I can do a little bit of basic gardening stuff. I can do like a little bit of carpenting stuff. Like if I wanted to build something out of wood, I can figure it out. I'm not a professional and it's probably not going to be like permit, permit and stuff.
Laughs.
But I can create like, dude, we were building little ramps for ourselves
We
back in the day.
did, yeah.
We were
That's true.
we were doing like we were making little pipes to grind on with our skateboards. Remember, like metal pipes, and we
Those
were
were the
board sliding
funnest
on them
time
and stuff.
ever, dude. Yeah.
Um,
Damn, those were
dude,
good
like we fix
times.
our own cars nowadays. Like something messes up, like we can figure those things out, right?
Fix a
Like these are all
flat, change a
things
tire.
that change a tire, fix a flat, like how to diagnose our issues on the cars, right? Like maybe we can't fix them because we don't have all the tools as a mechanic would, but we know like, all right, this is the problem. So when I go to the mechanic, they're not fucking me over. You
Yeah,
know what I
straight
mean?
up.
So
Straight
there's a
up.
lot of little things that when I was a kid, I was like, dude, why the hell am I getting forced to learn this stuff? And like
Yeah.
Well, at the time it felt forced, but it was more just like, dude, my dad just or my mom wanted me to like kind of learn some of this stuff,
Mm,
to gain knowledge around it. And
yes.
dude, now like we're pretty well rounded in our
I
day
would
to day
say.
lives, dude.
I would
Like,
say. Yeah, I think,
we know what's right from wrong, right? Like, we're not
yeah.
perfect kids. We weren't perfect kids, and we're not perfect adults either. But like, dude, I think for the most part, like we turned out okay. Out of all the people, bro, like, dude, so many friends growing up and kids and parents, like even parents that I've met sometimes from friends, like, dude, they used to think I was the bad influence kid.
We were.
we were, I mean, we were
We
bad,
are
like
known as
badass
that.
kids. We were badass kids, like doing reckless shit all the time. But like, dude, when I think back, like, dude, I was looked at as like the bad influence kid, and now like not to shit on any of my friends. Like a lot of my friends are doing really well for themselves, and I'm really happy that they're all doing really, really well, and they're all really healthy, and they like have families and stuff like that. But I also have a lot of friends that I can vividly remember their either parents or them themselves would be like, "Dude, you're a bad influence on me,"
Yeah.
are doing way worse than I am now. And
Yeah.
it's crazy because I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? You know, like,
Yeah, they're still blaming us.
yeah, fuck, maybe, dude, but like, I mean,
Damn.
I don't know, dude. Like, kind
Yeah,
of to the
no.
example that you were saying, dude. Like, the friends that we had growing up, like, you would think that they would have, you know, how secure like their parents were and like safety net they gave them.
Yeah.
Like, you, dude, we would think back in the day, like, oh, they're like super good and like, you know, and now you kind of see it and you're just like,
They look
"Wh-
unhappy.
yeah, it's like unhappy
Yeah.
and miserable almost sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't really know. I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't really talk to them like that anymore. But just you know what I see visually, it's like, damn, dude, like I would
Yeah.
be kind of sad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we're pretty good at reading body language also.
Mm-hmm.
Where at least like for me, I can see someone and like see how their movement is or like body language, and right away I'll
Mm-hmm.
know like, okay, they're in a shitty mood. This person's a slow worker. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like it's kind of we your body reflects a lot of your emotion a lot of the
Dude,
time. It's kind of crazy.
super.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, we're all right though. We're all right.
Somehow we ended up all right.
Somehow we have
I mean,
morals.
actually, we're just a different crazy now. We're like a different menace. Like back in the day, we were like doing desmadre and stuff, like just breaking shit and
Dude.
like jumping over ramps and each other and like hurting each other and stuff like that and doing like jackass videos.
Damn,
But now
yeah.
we're like doing like physical fitness torture to ourselves.
For the better. For the better.
For the better, which is good. Like, I guess a good body torture, but people
Yeah,
think
no.
we're insane. Like, we were just talking about it today.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like how our coworkers think we're like
Maniacs.
psychos for doing all the shit we're doing right now, training for the marathon, plus our businesses, plus our 9 to 5s. And they're like doing a 9 to 5 and nothing else outside of that. And they're just kind of like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy.
That's what it is though, bro. That's what it is. It's like, nah, bro, I'm not crazy. You're just lazy. That's the
Yeah.
fucking
Or
part.
both. Crazy. We're crazy and they're
A
lazy.
little bit crazy, yeah. Yeah. You're right, you're right, you're right, you're
Yeah.
right.
So I guess to close it out, do you think convenience is a problem or is it comfort?
I think looking at how the world is nowadays. Well, I don't want to say the world because obviously I hear a lot of good things about other countries and shit like that, how they're
Mm.
doing. I would say like the US specifically. I think I think it's kind of bad. I
Mm.
I think it's made us so just being okay, being comfortable. And as we say
Mm.
this all the freaking time, comfortability kills. And
Facts.
it literally does. Like
Dude.
I was watching this video of I forgot who it was, but he was talking about how the most like depressed people are the
Mm-hmm.
people that are just sitting alone in their rooms, not doing anything with their lives, not trying to do anything with their lives. And I think back to, like, the times where I was, like, going out a lot or, like, drinking a lot and, like, doing these things, and then I would just be in the room sitting watching Netflix or some shit, binge watching some fucking show. And, dude, those were, like, and I'm not even, like, that type of person to be, like, on some depressed shit, but I would have, like, thoughts of, like, "Fuck, dude, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, who the fuck cares about my life?" You know what I mean? And now that I've cut all of that out and all the bullshit and distractions, and I'm actually like taking care of myself physically, like, dude,
Dude, yeah.
I've been the happiest. I felt the best I've ever felt in my life. And
Yeah, turn this guy
it's
into a gym rat.
it's it's been from like going through all these hardships, putting myself through like these fucking tough things where it's like
Mm-hmm.
you're just gonna keep going until you fucking make it, right? So I think,
So it's like I would you say it's the process of building the version of yourself you've always wanted to become?
yeah, for sure. Yes. And I think
Damn.
because of that, I think convenience, having everything so quick and just instant blocks you from reaching that goal. You know, if you
Mm.
don't utilize it correctly, obviously, like we talked about
Yeah.
this whole episode, like I think it's a great thing to have and a great tool to have if you utilize it correctly and you don't let it overtake your whole life.
Interesting. Damn. Yeah, I think you're right, dude. People that are not using their technology correctly, or at least AI correctly, and they're just typing something in there and taking every single answer, like if it's 100% correct. They're not even deep diving into whatever they're getting. They're just copying and pasting. They're not really caring for the answer. They're just doing it for the purpose of an answer. And yeah, dude, they're not doing themselves any good. Yeah, I think convenience can kill. I would say, you know, be smart with how you use it. Educate yourself. I think if you are using AI as a shortcut to buy time back, like, do it the right way. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you what the right way is, because everyone's right way is gonna look different. What works for me doesn't work for everyone, and what works for David doesn't work for everyone. But I think you need to be able to analyze how you're using it, how you're prompting it, the information you're getting from it, and if you need it to break it down a little bit more, or you do separate, research on the side of what the information you're getting, so
Hmm.
that you can come into a final conclusion. Um, but I think still outside, educate yourselves outside of AI. It's
Yeah.
important to still read books. I think it's still important to read articles, teach yourself manual labor skills, things that you should learn to, live an, okay lifestyle. You want to be able to learn how to change your own tire. You want to know how to, like, change a light bulb. You want to learn how to, like,
So
do
change a light bulb.
dude, you'd be so fucking surprised, bro. At
Oh
work, people are always
man.
telling me, like, hey, like, this is my light bulb. Can you show me, like, which one I need? And I'm like, brother, it literally shows you the watts on there. Like, what the fuck?
Watts?
Yeah,
Watts?
the watts
What's
on
a
there,
watts?
dude, literally. But
Dang, bruh.
yeah,
Damn, so maybe it's not even a convenience thing. Maybe it's just a comfort thing, huh? I don't know. Y'all ask
uh,
yourselves that question. Are you
yeah,
just
I guess
freaking
that's
lazy?
true.
Damn, dude.
Is it? Are you retarded?
Joseph.
Joseph, come here.
Damn, that's a classic.
uh, Joe Coy, what a ruin.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we'll leave you guys with that. Make sure you guys, like, comment, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Stay tuned to the episodes, guys. We're coming in hot. We did take a week break. First time we've taken a break in 8 months, actually, in a row. Um, Pretty sick ass milestone, to be honest. But we were
That's
kind of
pretty
French
insane.
fried from ideas. And working on some GTA stuff that we honestly fell behind. But
Yeah, dude.
we're locked back in.
We've been locked in. It's just that we had issues with that, yes, past
Yeah,
week.
but we're gonna keep coming with these episodes. Let us know if there's any topics you guys want us to cover. Um, leave comments in the comment section, guys. We want to know what you guys think on the things we cover. We want to conversate with you guys in the comment section. You know, the things that we talk about. If you disagree, agree, you want to debate, you want to put your 2 cents, you want to add on something, let us know in the comments, y'all. Like, I genuinely like reading those things, and sometimes they make me
Sometimes they're
laugh.
funny,
Like,
dude.
people just crack me up with things they say, and it's just hilarious. Like, that stuff when they talk about, like, you know, people are just trying to get under your skin and like make
Yeah.
you. Dude, I read comments sometimes and they're like almost trying to insult us, and it cracks me up, bro. I literally just be spamming the like button on them, because it's funny.
That shit is funny,
But
actually.
yeah. Anyways, guys, Money Emotion Mondays. You guys already know. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next Monday. Bye.
Peace.